Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel where 99% of the content is Fortnite shorts, but today we're doing a game review, and that game is Iron Meat. Let's get into it. Iron Meat is a fast-paced run-and-gun shooter that immerses players in a world overrun by the meat, an all-consuming interdimensional biomass. With a mix of classic arcade and console mechanics, players will battle against mutated victims and machines, dodge bullet barrages, and crush bosses in 9 levels of horrific brutality. As Vadim, fight back against the meat and stop the terrors spawned from the scientist Yuri Markov's experiments on the moon. Iron Meat was developed by Retroware and Ivan Suvorov and was released on September 26th. It's currently available digitally on PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox consoles, as well as a limited physical release for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. All footage was captured on PC using Steam Remote Play to facilitate online co-op. Iron Meat sticks to the tried and true run-and-gun formula. So of course, there's running, and jumping, and shooting in 8 directions while running and jumping. But there's also the ability to stand in place and fire in 8 directions. That's it. Just the basics, no weird gimmicks. Just rock-solid gameplay. Alone or with a friend, you'll traverse a variety of locales on one of 3 difficulty levels, which not only affects the amount of lives that you start each stage with, but will also increase some stage hazards, as well as the frequency and durability of your enemies. And during this adventure, you'll encounter weapon upgrades from a variety of sources, like overhead drones, wooden crates, conveniently mounted upgrade boxes, or from NPC allies. You can carry and freely swap between 2 of these upgrades at a time, and each of these upgrades can be powered up, increasing the damage output and changing the bullet color from blue to green. Weapon upgrades will be lost completely if you die, but they do persist between stage completions. There are additional power-ups in the form of a temporary rapid-fire buff and a timed multi-directional bullet barrage, but on normal difficulty they didn't seem to affect the gameplay in a positive or negative way, but your mileage may vary. Graphically, Iron Meat stays pretty close to its roots, but it does have a unique visual identity, especially with the bosses that you face off against. The individual stages feature tons of background and foreground details that are very easy to miss during normal gameplay, since you're probably going to be focused on avoiding death, as opposed to taking in the sights. Readability of the hazards on screen is generally pretty good, but it can be hard to track some bullets and enemies during more hectic moments. One really cool visual flourish is that the camera will punch in or zoom out at predetermined spots to constrain or expand the playfield. It's not mind-blowing or anything, and it makes sense when it happens, but something about it makes my tiny lizard brain happy. Iron Meat features a soundtrack composed by Darkman 007 with an option to toggle between modern and retro versions of each track. It's a high-energy soundtrack that matches the intensity of the game with individual tracks per stage, as well as individual tracks for each stage boss encounter. The sound design is well crafted with sound effects that match the visuals on display, making the action feel tangible. It's worth mentioning that as you progress, you unlock additional characters to customize your appearance, being able to mix and match the heads, torsos, and legs to create your own unique hero to fight against the meat. I have a couple of superficial complaints, such as the lack of an auto-fire toggle and the game lacking a player indicator when you respawn after death. And I did run into one game-breaking bug after defeating the final boss that didn't trigger the ending cutscene, which led to a hilarious achievement pop-up, but required us to replay the stage and boss encounter. So, to sum things up, I had a great time with Iron Meat. It's not breaking any new ground, but it has a solid visual and audio presentation and is a great addition to the run-and-gun genre. Special thanks to Backbite and Alex the Red for running co-op with me while I grabbed this footage. Also, shout out to Retroware and Keymailer who provided this product for the purpose of this review. All relevant links and disclaimers will be listed in the video description below. If you made it this far, you know the drill. Subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment, or your favorite emojis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.